초당 옥수수 커피라고.
완전 알아.
알아?
어.
어떻게 알아?
That's crucial, the look on her face. Like when the girl feels that, it's game over, man. It's game over. Because
You're so convinced.
there's nothing more attractive than like a guy who comes into my life. It's like, it's meant to be.
Hot take on this.
Yes.
I don't think Sugi likes him as much as he thinks.
No?
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
It's rejected. I know how Tonga feels now. Welcome back to another episode of
J-Bro.
You've been waiting for this, and so have we.
This season has been very interesting.
It went from vanilla to spice.
From 0 to 1,000. I didn't expect this.
Thanks to a few key characters.
And today we're here to give you the reaction that you didn't get from the panelists, but the one that you deserve.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I like that.
So stay tuned and we're gonna give you the juicy stuff.
From two love experts.
Dr. Jason Key, PhD,
And Dr. John Yu, kids dentist.
aka Love Actors.
Yes, thank you, thank you. We're gonna talk about one of the climactic moments of the entire season. Mr. Jongwoo.
Mr. Underdog of any reality show ever made in history of TV.
I thought he was gonna go out with a big L.
It was just a thought.
But he went from a thought to a... What do you do?
Hero of Singles Inferno, both seasons combined.
Let's start from the end of episode 8, which really made the impact. Impact keyword. And that's Jinyoung's favorite word.
Impact.
How ironic. We're gonna react to it. So
Okay.
let's play.
Okay, let's play it.
I thought he was done for here.
Yeah, yeah. It was at this moment I knew like
Something was gonna turn?
something was gonna turn.
He had a rough ass time. And he came out on top.
I love that for him because it's like a story of being resilient and not giving up. It feels like my story, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So often when you're in a like a unrequited love,
Yeah.
you're basically invisible, and a lot of people can relate to that.
So from here, now everyone's curious, can he deliver at
Yes,
Paradise?
yes.
That's what I was immediately curious about. All right, dude,
It's like now it's showtime.
let's go.
Should we roll to that?
Let's roll to it. This is what I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
His interaction with her in privacy.
냄새 한번 일단 맡아. 무슨 냄새야?
스테이크 주스.
스테이크?
When he did that, I was like,
Very
my
confident.
man.
My man. Yeah. Very natural too. Yeah.
it wasn't forced.
And at this point, Sugi finds him endearing
Okay.
because of the effort that he put in. Maybe not the most attractive,
Yeah.
but just like endearing.
Enough to open.
Exactly. And Sugi is a very like sensitive girl in terms of like body language, demeanor. For her to like open up like that, means she's trusting.
They had a little bit more time to get to know each other too, right?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't day one.
Yeah.
boom.
다 기억해.
They had what, 5 days, 6 days?
Yes. And during this time,
여기 새우 먹어?
Jongwoo was like giving her medicine,
Right.
giving her books to read, like really making effort to like get to know her and show that like the green light is on.
Right.
난 다 필요 없어. 그냥 슬기랑 여기 온 게 짱이어서.
So normally these sorts of comments, if not done well, it's cringy.
Yeah.
But it felt like it felt natural.
This felt genuine, whereas Jongwoo it felt too rushed. It's like that was uncalled for.
Like I'm trying to get to
Yeah.
the next place.
yeah.
앞에 지금 부모님이랑 같이 우리
This is a
가족끼리
crucial part.
같이 사업을 하고 있는 중이야. 지금 강원도.
강원도?
강원도에
나 들으면 알 수도 있어.
I don't even know
그래?
if I have.
초당 옥수수 커피라고.
비치.
초당 옥수수 커피라고.
완전 알아.
알아?
어.
어떻게 알아? 거기
What are the chances,
Yo,
right?
that reaction right there is crucial. That's crucial. The look on her face.
Just like, oh,
She's like, this is meant to be kind of like reaction.
이를 지금
대박. 나
Like when a
인스타
girl
봤어.
feels that, it's game over, man. It's game over.
진짜?
Because there's
You're so convinced.
there's nothing more attractive than like a guy who comes into my life. It's like it's meant to be.
Aha.
Yeah.
급으로
all-
나가기 위해서
all
보통
braces look
아침에는 크림을 일단
I feel like nowadays they do.
Nowadays they do.
조절이랑 머신 세팅을
They're like
통해서
idols serving
Right?
coffee.
Yeah.
맛있는
The black
커피를
shirt.
만들어
Yeah.
드리려고 늘 노력을 하고
Perfect
있는
hair.
것 같아요.
Only in
Looks
Korea.
calm. Right.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I feel like we should just make
나이가
coffee.
좀
Oh. What should we call it?
J Brew.
Oh, Jay.
J Brew.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna open up Mito. Did you have high hopes for him delivering in Paradise?
I just knew
Yeah.
that this was the turning point of the show at that moment. I was like,
You had faith in him being able to win over Sugi's heart in Paradise?
I'm a big believer of fate. So I was like, for him to even win that competition like that, I was like, this is like a sign of bigger things to come.
You weigh these sorts of events a lot.
It's because I've actually been through those, and I'm woke, you know. I'm woke to see these events.
Okay. I see these signs as fortuitous events.
I see.
I don't see it as necessarily my fate is written. But you were convinced that, wow, this is not just coincidence.
So when I say like fate, it doesn't mean like
Okay.
they're meant to be. But there are certain events that happen where it's like
It's like stars aligning.
it starts aligning, and if people are not getting together because it's like there's something wrong.
Aha. Okay.
When these events happen, like people are bound to fall in love or get together.
Okay, so it's pointing in that direction.
Exactly.
Aha.
Yeah.
Hot take on this.
Yes.
I don't think Sugi likes him as much as he thinks. You know?
She might not like him as much as Jinyoung, but she is convinced that he is the one for her. At least in the show.
So now, can Jinyoung come in and swoop?
So I debated this.
Uh-huh.
At this point,
Yes.
Sugi still likes Jinyoung more. She's more attracted to him. He's the oppa.
Right.
Where they're the same age.
It's not just that though. I just think she liked
Yeah,
him more.
yeah.
Their date was completely different.
Yeah.
Should we go to their date?
Sure.
Because after that date, I was like, bro, as long as you don't screw up, you're good.
Let's go to Jinyoung's date.
Okay.
Initial date.
Completely different, dude.
Completely different.
Completely different. But man, I wonder what Jinyoung's doing right now. Actually, he's probably just. He probably doesn't care.
I like him for that too. Because he doesn't force anything.
He doesn't seem like he would like dwell and.
He
cry
let
over
things
it.
just happen.
Right.
오늘은 남자들끼리 게임을 했고 또 어제는
Oh, dude, I love him for that.
Bro,
Yo, what a boss.
player.
I love that. It's so subtle.
어제는
If that's not seduction, I don't know what it is.
That is art of seduction, man.
That's-
He didn't overdo it. It was so little,
Yeah.
but enough for her to be like.
Yeah, Jinyoung is captain right there. He's the lieutenant of seduction. Salute.
No, but both men and women felt that. They're
Yeah.
like, oh wow.
Yeah.
The way that he looks at her is different. Also, people were trying to ship him and Nadine. Totally different the way that he stares at her
Yeah.
versus Nadine.
Dude, at this point, that was game over.
I thought so too. I was like, come on, as long as you're not playing dumb
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
ride it out. You got 5 days, 4 days left.
You ask like everyone,
Right.
who's Sugi's gonna pick?
They got shipped from the beginning, dude. From here.
Like, yeah. From here to end of episode 8.
So when I compare their dates, who do you put on top? I think Sugi was still way interested in Jinyoung. But then the question is, do you follow heart? Do you follow
Attraction.
attraction?
Yeah.
Do you follow the guy who will make you feel more secure and wanted? And I think this is actually a big personality dependent decision. Because I think there still would be some girls who'd be like, you know, I probably should choose Jongwoo. Everything is pointing me in that direction. My girlfriends are telling me, but I still want to try with this guy.
But I think it's also situation dependent too. This to Silgi,
Yeah.
she even admits herself at the end of the show that she usually goes for the one that she's attracted to, not the one that's pursuing her,
But it broke her standards.
because she felt in her heart that
I see.
stars just lined up.
I think that was actually quite mature of her to make the decision that way. Because do you think that every girl would react the same way?
You know what it is? It just happened naturally. I don't think she had to think too much of it.
But can we go to episode 9-10 where they have two critical conversations with Jin Young?
Okay.
And he failed to deliver. You pull on her with one finger and then you pushing her away with a truck.
그래서 뭐 어때? 좀 정리가 된 것 같아?
오빠는 결정했어?
나? 아니 나는 아직 안 했어.
That's a
나는 아직
Dude, look at her face, man. She's like,
끝나지 않았다고 생각해서 좀 더 봐야 될 것 같아.
I thought it was very unlike him to be that dumb about it.
I don't know why he said that.
That's what I'm saying. He was smooth up until this moment and then he just catastrophically falls apart.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, who would have? He would not. He probably is looking back and it's like, why did I even say that?
Oh, okay.
What was I thinking at that moment? What was I even trying to say?
약간 나는 내 직업이 지금 내가 군을
I thought
전역하고
it was bad up until here.
도착했다?
And then when I saw this part,
생각하지 않거든.
It was even worse.
I cringed so
그래서
hard.
좀 안정화된 사람을 만나고 싶다.
Yeah.
나랑 상대방까지 신경 써야 되는 상황이 오면 잘 해내지 못할 것 같아가지고. 근데 아무래도 나도 사람이다 보니까 이제 그냥 좋으니까 마음 가니까 그냥 그런 사람이랑 함께 하고 싶다 이런.
I was like, stop. I was like, stop doing that.
None of this is necessary. Overcomplicating things for no reason.
There is such a thing as oversharing.
Yeah.
And that was
괜히
word vomit.
It's like this first time in this show, he
Right.
was not confident,
Right.
not assertive. She felt this right at this moment. This guy actually doesn't know what he wants.
It was very unlike him.
You know what it is? It was his day with Nadine. When he was talking to Nadine during Paradise Dinner, he kind of was taken by the fact that she was a student. She was 22. And he was sharing like how like he couldn't really see a future with the students.
Oh, so you think that prompted him
That
to
prompted him to actually rethink about Sligi as
about
well.
her.
So far, everything was happening naturally, and that for some odd reason,
He started
that
thinking about other
conversation
things.
triggered like serious things like
Oh,
the future,
wow.
and that kind of carried over here.
Wow.
And if that's not fate,
Dude, if you're not a love expert, I don't know who is. That was very insightful. Because if you do contextualize it, that is what happened recently. And he probably at least has some afterthought.
exactly.
And then, okay, what do I want
Yeah.
in my relationship? And if he's being, do you think he's being 100% honest?
Yes.
Okay, but to a fault.
To a fault.
What do you think that he should have expected from this conversation?
If he didn't have that date,
You're right.
if it was with anyone else other than Nadine,
Okay.
it would have been like, I'm all in for you. Like.
So
about,
you think
like,
he was just
future-
saying, you know what, it's not between you or her.
Yes.
It's just, I don't know if it's you, basically.
It's even more about I don't know if it's you.
Right.
It's I don't even know myself.
Aha, and that's what
Yeah.
turned her off.
Yes, exactly. My situation is not concrete.
I see.
I'm like venturing something new after military. And since that conversation with Nadine,
Yeah.
now I'm like actually thinking about like the future
Right.
of being with someone. Because he clearly was on the show
Right.
expecting to meet someone, but he didn't really think deeply enough about like actually having something after. But he went like 10 steps in advance.
He did. We went way too far.
Way too far.
Okay. Some might applaud him for thinking that seriously about
Yes.
a potential relationship. So there is some merit in that. But in this conversation where she was being evaluating of what he wanted and what she
Desired
saw in
from
him,
him,
right?
yeah.
This was an inappropriate remark.
Yes.
Okay.
But this only happened because of that conversation.
I see.
So I don't blame Jin Young
Okay.
for fumbling here.
He's just being himself.
He was just being himself and just conveying his emotions.
Yeah.
But he definitely fumbled with his words. And
Yeah,
then-
if you look at the look on her face,
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, she's not liking this. Man. And I was like, that's the first time I ever saw her being like, yo, what are you doing, man?
And Sugi's a girl that pick up on those nuances so quickly, and she wants a guy who's sure and
Right.
assertive.
And that's the first
And
sign
that was a huge sign of weakness. And there was another guy who came into her life like,
gradually made his mark on her.
this is real life K-drama here.
Man.
I don't think the producers could ever have scripted this. In fact, without this event, season 2, in my opinion, was not very good. But because
I
of
think many will agree with that.
with Jongwoo winning the wrestling,
Yeah.
like season 2 was salvaged,
Right.
and now it might be the talk of the town for the next couple months, and people are gonna be like talking about this for a while.
내가 슬기 씨 좋아하는 것 같아요.
Should have said that before, bro.
She said that 101.
왜 그러지?
She already made up her mind, bro.
No, man.
담백하게 한
슬기야,
I think he will actually do well.
나랑 커피 마시러 갈래?
Oh, she loves that, yeah. Oh, dude, that's endearing.
I don't even look.
Yeah. I underestimated him.
Yeah.
You can't help but cheer for that guy.
Really? And I love the story he shared about like before coming to this island, he never had this like emotional like,
Oh, when by the campfire?
yeah, kind of desire, like fire,
Right.
passion.
Yeah, you can see that he's learning and growing.
And then he genuinely felt this on this show
Uh-huh.
for the first time.
He seems to have taken it the most seriously.
And I actually hope that they're a couple in real life.
I think a lot of people
not just
are
a show.
hoping, yeah.
Like for things to happen like that and for them to not actually be together
Right. And to
after
be on the
it,
same TV show too. Right?
yeah, it's actually kind of sad. But my if I had to bet, I would say they're together, or at least they try dating.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in real life, for sure. What do you guys think?
Good work. Good work.
어,
Yeah, love is fate.
It's not
'Cause-
entirely fate.
Who would have saw this coming from episode 1 through end of 8? There was no other competition. Like there was a clear winner of who's gonna
It was not
take
clear.
Siggy's heart.
It was not clear.
It was
to
very
me.
clear. Episode 1 through 7, it was very clear.
It was clear 1 through 7. She got swayed. She wanted to be held on to. Gave Jinyoung the opportunity, and Jinyoung said, "You know, I don't really know."
But who would have thought that Jongwoo would come that strong
But he
with that
had
much impact?
he had a sliver of opportunity. He took it, and Jinyoung failed.
I don't think Jinyoung failed. I think they were just not meant to be. That's all it is. The right matches came together at the end. That's what happened, and that's how love works. If you liked our commentary, and if you love John's singing to these OSTs, make sure to give a big like. And if you're new here, subscribe. We'll give you more juicy, insightful dating analysis and actual dates ourselves. So thank you so much for staying tuned, and until next time, J-Bro out.